Good morning, Mr. Roy.
Good morning. CPI
How we doing
day.
this? How we doing this wonderful CPI day?
Yeah. It's very very interesting data this morning. So we'll get through that
Yeah,
shortly. But
we're going to pop in. So you had CPI month over month was 0.2. Forecast is 0.1. Previous is 0.2. So came in right on previous, but was hotter than expected. And let's look at the core. Core CPI came in at 0.3. Forecast is 0.2. Previous is 0.3. So it actually came in higher than expected, but right in line with last time. So we'll see how that plays out. Here's the kicker right here, I think, in my opinion. Jobless claims came in at 258,000. Forecast was 230. Previous was 225. One thing to keep note: this is the highest unemployment we've had since August of 2023. So we know the Fed. That is what they are watching now. Yeah, they're watching CPI and PPI and all that too. But I think that the jobless claims plays more into it than the actual other data right now. So that is an educated guess on my part. I think, Roy, you would agree with that, right?
yeah. No. And that's what makes this data so tricky. It's because you've got the inflation numbers that seem a bit spookier, but then you got the jobs numbers that make you wonder, right? Does the Fed need to step in faster to save jobs with the risk of inflation going higher? So they're in a tough
Right.
spot. They're in a tough spot. I think this pretty much signs, seals, delivers that 25 basis point cut for the next meeting. I don't see them going 50 with this data, which is probably why you've got the move down that you got. Now you're getting a little recovery here. We'll see if it can hold
I think
into
it's
the open.
just your. I think this is your 8 a.m. people coming in.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. I think we're going to see a little pop here, then we come back. Y'all can see I am in a short. We got up $400 or $500 on it, but still not. Never got anything I felt comfortable trailing down yet, so we're going to leave everything the same. I don't look for a VWAP test, but you never know.
Yeah, you just it's been wacky. It's pre-market's always just wacky, right? That's why we historically don't trade with it. I'm in a short as well, so um, obviously our bias is to the downside with that data, which could prove to be wrong. So we are in combines,
So
we're not in any XFAs.
if you're watching, you'll see I have my take profit down here, and the reason I have it here, if you look, you've got, if we start running through this, we should be able to run through this pretty easily, and then you got a congested area here, which lines up right on my take profit. So I don't still don't hate this trade. CBD is negative 3,600. You got a wall around the 58.1750 area. That's kind of one to the downside, and you can see we came right above it here, and that's why we popped, or one of the reasons why we popped. But you also got a wall at 58.30, so and it's probably bigger than the wall to the low side. So we'll see.
We shall see. I forgot to
Here's the
present.
orders out there about it around that 58.17 area.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. I was just activating my window. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at Bank 7. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if you're in here yet. I don't think anybody's in here yet. But if wait for the zone gets in here, you asked yesterday about level 2 data. This is your level 2 data here, right? It's showing all your orders. Level 2 just shows your orders here. This is the same thing I have on Bookmap, but Bookmap gives me a 3D look at it, where this just gives me the 2D look here. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, let's take a look at Mag 7. We got Apple down 1%, almost 1%. You see that kind of nasty candles coming in. You got Nvidia down half, but kind of recovering. Maybe that's where your pop's coming from, is your Nvidia buyers. Um, Microsoft unloading. Microsoft's chart's broken on TradingView, but it's down
That
0.3%.
happens a lot for some reason on Microsoft.
Yeah, it's odd. Googs continues kind of flat on Google. Amazon, like the news, green. I'm sure they have additional news. Meta, red. Tesla, green. So interesting start to the morning with some fundamental data, which always makes things extremely interesting.
For sure, for sure. CBD to negative 4,000. They just dropped. They're dropping those orders down below some, so we could get a move down here. They moved around the 58.15 area.
That's a nice candle. That's a welcome sight.
If you short. I'm actually added short my personal account there on that 13 test, so got a little better entry on it. I'm in at 58.24.25 short, so 4 MES is all it is. Trying to get to the 58.19 level. We get that, then I'll take $100 on this and wait for another entry. I don't trail my entries here. I just let it. I put a take profit and a stop loss, and I don't keep it too. It's not too conservative, but it's not too far out there either. So it's a good chance if it is moving in my direction, it's going to hit and might go further. But like I said, we're just trying to pay a couple bills on this one.
Yeah, I was gonna expanding on that. I know you've done some more details on the live account, but if you don't feel comfortable sharing, that's fine. If I remember correctly, you said you had 2,000. Is that right? That you kind of sweep.
We started with 2,000. We actually started with 2,000 on Friday, and we are up to a little over 2,800 on it.
Nice. And the idea, not saying you would do it, is to sweep it out each week.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do that a couple times. I would like to do that at least twice a month, and then try to build it over time. So we'll see. I'm trading it like an XFA, but using micros instead of minis.
Yeah,
because this is real money. It's not
real.
I mean, real money. Dollars. You got real money in XFA, but it's not real money, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I think everyone here completely understands. But it's also good practice to do a live account, right? So if it's a real live account. That's not how you would trade. That would be how you would trade these.
Yeah, the thing I've noticed on the live account, I'm a tad bit more patient than I am on. But I'm only taking like 1 trade, 2 trades max a day on it. I don't trade. We either hit our take profit or we hit our stop loss and we call it a day.
So Cash Apps.
Yep.
Okay.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning, Cash Apps. He had mentioned this. He said this a few. Oh, that's good morning. And then
yeah, there you go.
Let's trade event logic. Price should go back to origin. So expanding on that. Yeah, I know this works out more often than not, but I don't know if it will go all the way back up to its origin price. But we'll see. I mean, that's some of these bigger fundamental data news.
If it does, I am going to swap to an XFA and I'm on short.
Yeah, because you some of the bigger data stuff, you tend to not get that retracement back. However, it may play out more often than not. This one to me is very tricky. It's because you have mixed data.
here's how I kind of look at this, and you can correct me if you think I'm wrong. So the way I look at this is that they priced in yesterday the positive data. You had some mixed data. You had I think inflation, the CPI numbers coming out where they are. I think even though when they missed projections, they came right in line with the previous numbers. I think that's okay. And I think they priced that in yesterday's when we saw the move, what we saw yesterday. Now you got to take into effect the jobless claims number that came in higher than expected, the highest we've had since 2023, August of 2023. So a little over a year. So was that already priced in too? If that's already priced in, you feel like we should get a trend back down on this move from yesterday. And then you would come back here where my take profit is and kind of settle them to make a decision there what to do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But we shall see. It's the reason we do this. We wait and see.
About 15 minutes from open. Seems like it's found a bit of a happy zone here, just above 58.20. It's kind of riding that 8 down.
Yeah.
So far, can't quite break above it or close above it. How's the old Vixie boy looking?
North Dakota Pipeline Authority is still down. As this morning, oil production estimated to be down around 60 to 90,000 barrels per day due to ongoing wildfires. And then the Gulf states are lobbying Washington to stop Israel attacking Iran's oil fields. If anybody knows anything about oil, you go to the coast, and that's where all your oil people around in America are pretty much.
Yep.
Just kind of chopping around here at this bottom, this low here. Are we flagging? Are we waiting for something? Are we waiting for open? Do we get a big move one or the other before open hits and then go the opposite way? I was telling Roy, I was reading a thing yesterday, and kind of what made the most sense is get a little pop at open and then trend down today. And I can't go into it and think that's exactly what's going to happen, but you can definitely be looking for it.
Yeah, be prepped for it. You got a small MACD turn up on ES here. So that could coincide with your pop. Right there. Could coincide with your pop into the open. If it wants to do it.
Ifs and nuts. Well, this is at least one exciting thing. Everybody join in. At least we're in a trade to start the day off with. We're not green or red yet, so that's a positive. That is a positive. Let's see. Don't really see anything else. I was scrolling through to see if I see anything interesting this morning. Football weekend, big college football weekend.
A lot of good games prime time. A lot of good picks to fade to later today.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, shout out to anybody. Hopefully everybody was safe from the hurricane that hit yesterday. That did some damage to Central Florida area. 38 tornadoes, I believe, in total last night.
Yeah, that was a big boy. Didn't they downgrade it to our Cat 4 before it hit?
Yeah, just before it hit, it was Cat 4, and yeah, it's so flat down there, and so you got a lot of just flooding, standing water. So hopefully all that gets sorted out.
You sent that on the Tampa Bay where the hurricane sucked all the water out of it. I remember the first time I saw that, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, that's
Tampa Bay's
crazy.
gonna be Tampa Bay, but it comes back.
Yeah. Did you see the Tropicana Stadium? They had the Tropicana Stadium as the kind of shelter for the first responders,
Yeah,
the linemen, and all that. The roof blew off, so the roof there is made of that like fabric kind of. It just shredded all the way out. It's gone. So there's no roof right now in the Tropicana Stadium. And everybody's like, "Why did you have that as the spot for shelter?" But yeah,
that's
no, it
neither
was
here nor there.
yeah, fun times. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You see the not cool, but it's interesting to see
Right, I get what you're saying, yeah.
the wire frame of the roof just there, and you can see the baseball field. There was a pretty cool drone video of it.
Yeah, don't forget we got you got Fed Cook speaking now, but does not comment on economic monetary policy outlook and prepared remarks. Yeah, okay, there you go. Well, there's one out of the way without anything. We got another one coming up. Remember, folks, you got your Trader Hub here that gives you. See Cook at 8:15. We got Barkin at 9:30. Williams at 10. You got the 4-week bill. Yield to cover, the big boy right here, the 30-year bond. I think that's the one to pay attention to if you're anything around lunchtime. And then you got the Tesla Robotaxi event this afternoon. So tomorrow you can see you got UK GDP coming out. You got a lot of UK news coming out. You got JP Morgan interested in Q3 earnings. That's one to actually keep an eye on with Wells Fargo. You got PPI in the morning, and then you got core, all that good stuff. And then the sneaky University of Michigan sentiment that you never know what's going to come of that one. I remember the day when that did not move the market. Now it moves the market. So
Yeah, no, I remember when it caught me off guard. Like, what in the world is this survey of 100 people doing to?
I think that was when we first started trading futures. Everybody was like, "Whoa, what the heck?"
Yeah. So we got
Good
some
morning,
good
everybody.
mornings.
So,
Good
there you
morning.
go. You beat me
Yeah.
to it.
Good morning, Roy Easy. Good morning, Wait for the Zone. How you guys doing? Cashy with some good data here. NQ sitting just above the 50% of yesterday's candle. Nice. Which probably why we're kind of chopping around this area. Got about 10 minutes till open. Trying to not stay biased. Keeping our stuff together. This is the VIX. So as you can see, VIX had a move down on the CPI data and now has kind of recovered itself and pushing higher a little bit more. You can see it has a ways to go to get to its high from the other day. Oh, I hate that. We'll go through, say, Apple, maybe finding a bottom here. Pre-market down 0.79%. Nvidia dropping into the open now. Almost down 1%. Microsoft down 0.39%. Google dropping into the open 0.38%. Amazon had a nice move up and is now kind of trending down, but it's at its 20-day moving average, by the way. So we'll see what that holds. Meta dropping 0.64%, and then Tesla's event later today, which makes it an interesting play. See if there's any sort of momentum there. It's up 10%.
Yeah, definitely get the sell the news on with Tesla there. So be careful if you trade Tesla. It depends on if they have anything earth shattering coming out. A couple of things. We're up to 214 subscribers now on the channel, so thank you guys very much. Appreciate that.
Wow. All right.
Just remember, we do encourage everybody to like and subscribe, share with your friends. Let's get to 500. figure out a good thing to give away. I don't know. Me and Royce hadn't talked about it, but might be something super nice. Might be some cash or something. You never know.
Never know.
Never know. So thank you guys on that part. We're in this short still here. Would I take this short again? Absolutely. At this level, because this level proved, you can see once it broke yesterday, this whole zone pretty much defended. I mean, you had a breakthrough here, and I'm sure that was some kind of data or something came out here that caused this issue, but pretty much held up. I could do that, Led. Hey, Leds, talk in the chat on YouTube, bro. We see you faster over there. So I would definitely take this again. Might pop up. I still don't think we're going to go to VWAP. I could be wrong. VWAP's trending down. Your EMAs are trending down. So once we get there, I believe we could, like I said, come back to this area. Might pop a little above. Might have this a little too deep in here, and we'll adjust the. If we do run that way, we'll adjust the trail to stop. Sorry, so we don't get burned on it. If we do get a nice run on something here.
Size accordingly. You could get some violent moves. So May open is about 8 minutes if you are in something or plan to be in something. Obviously, the open is volatile as is, but volatile. Yeah, it's extra volatile when events and news happens in pre-market. So
keep an eye here. So you got 58.15. You got a level there, but if you notice that 5,800 level right there, that could be one to keep an eye on today.
Yeah.
And then to the upside, you got 58.50. You can see how strong that was in the past. Let's get this there so I can get my pointer on it. Come on, mousy mouse. Where you at? There we go. So you can see this level up here was support. So then you can see here, this has actually been, resistance. This has been support. So definitely something to keep an eye on if it can break there to come all the way down to that 5,800 level. That would be an awesome move in my personal thinking. But like I said, we are probably leaning a tad bit bearish, and I don't really like that. But until we break this zone back up, I'm kind of content with it. We've got 6 minutes till open. 6 minutes till open. So Roy Easy says that, talking about the University of Michigan sentiment, they should let the best champion do the survey, not just Michigan. Well, it is the University of Michigan, so you do have that. I think we should just do a Twitter poll. That would be the best way.
There you go. To figure that would be the best.
I'm sure Elon would love that too.
Have hidden messages in there. So have the Twitter poll, but don't tell them that it's for economic data. So just have these random big Twitter polls like, has your increase in OnlyFans subscriptions gone up over the last 30 days? And, kind of gauge the economy that way.
Oh, still just chopping around down here. We've got 5 minutes till open now. 5, so you could see a little pop on this candle. Lead into it. Be interesting to see. Loving this weather down here. It's we got football weather. You wear a hoodie and shorts. I'm gonna let you guys know. I hardly ever wear pants. I'm a shorts guy and flip flops almost year round. If I do wear pants, it's pretty much joggers and flip flops. Still keep the flip flops year round. Can't lose the flip flops. I can't hardly wear regular shoes anymore. What happens when you become a full-time trader?
What brand of flip flops? What brand of flip flops?
Oh, what's the name of them? I can't say the name of them. What's the name of them? They are Olicab, whatever. I don't know if anybody can see those.
Yeah. We can get
Whatever
get a
those
sponsorship.
yeah. They're the best flip flops I've ever had in my life. They're so soft and comfortable to walk in. It's unbelievable. Like they ruined me for life. I will never buy another pair of flip flops from any other company besides them.
All right, we got to get them on our sponsorship track.
Well,
That'd be cool to give away flip flops. You know,
they cost
every
enough.
100.
They can afford to give us some stuff. That's the only bad thing about them is, of course, they're expensive. I like them. Howie says that 5850 is interesting. Yeah, I found that interesting myself too, but I also found that 5800 interesting to the low side. And that 5850, I mean, that's where, we popped up yesterday. So that could actually just be a fishing order up there to see if those orders might not stay if it was to get that high. So that's the one problem about Bookmap. You can't tell if these are what they are. How they are. I love them, man. I got multiple pairs. Just swap them out. I got different colors for different outfits because you got to at least act like you're trying to match. Got to show some kind of effort. Let's go back to the chart. Let's see, we're popping back up to right around where my entry was on this. I got that entry right around the 8 before it crossed down. So we'll see. Roy, I watched it. I mean, not Roy, but Howie, I watched it, and I was a tad bit disappointed. I was expecting more bang, and I didn't get more bang. So, but the positive note is the creator of the show has a 3-year plan for it. So 3-season plan. So we'll see. I don't think they've made a final decision yet if they're coming back next year or not, but I got a feeling to look for another season 2 and season 3 on it to wrap everything up, just to follow the books along.
Got 90 seconds till open. Unrelated note, I saw your Reacher got signed on for another season before its last season has even aired.
Yeah.
So they that's on my to-do as well. I should have more free time coming up, so I'm gonna see if I can fill my time with some of that so I don't overtrade.
Yeah, Howie wasn't great, just good. I agree with that. It was good. I mean, every show is a good quality show with that. I think season 2 is pretty much guaranteed. What I was reading yesterday, so I think it's pretty much guaranteed. I just think Rosa or whatever. I don't think she's coming back.
30 seconds to open. It's got a little pop here.
Yeah, little pop, which is not unexpected here. You might see it pop a little more at open than my idea as we fade down, but you know what? We shall see here in a minute. Question is, did it take me out before we do that? Might do it. And open. Would love to see we're trading the ES, the SPY futures here, KM. That's what you're trading. This is the ES, SPY futures on Top Step, using Top Step X, a prop firm. A little bit of a flush here. Let's see if we get to move down. We got to break the that 1750 to 15 area, in my opinion, for us to get a sustained move down. So that's the key. Interesting. That's why we saw the pop. We saw it open. S&P, the MOM balance was S&P was plus 61 million. NASDAQ was plus 7. Dow was negative 5.7, and the MACD was right at plus 8. So you saw those orders fill right at open, right before open. So can they drop this down. Watching this, like I say, watching this, it's going to be the 15, around that 15 area now if we can get to it. So, right, you're really watching this bottom down here. If we can break this bottom down here, should see a good flush.
Very early, but tide showing calls starting lower, puts starting higher. Volume on the puts are in favor, but again, very early. To expand on KM's question of what's we're trading, we trade ES on the futures, like Monty said, but this data is, SPY related. Any sort of type of trader you are, you can use whatever we're doing here. If you want to do options based on us going long or short, or sorry, not us, but the chart suggesting long or short, you can do that. We've found it comfortable to trade futures with ES, but the strategies that we show are open to all types of traders.
Yes. And here's a pop back up. Those orders are moving up in the bottom, so that's not a good sign. Nothing else. I mean, if you kind of zoom out a little bit, you can see this. We're basically flagging here, so that's why I've got this stop above this. If it breaks here, then the flag breaks too. So CBD was in the negative 4,000 range. It's actually come to negative 2,200 now. So you definitely have buyers stepping in down here now. Whether they keep staying here, or if they are in and out is the question. We flirted with this thing green all morning. I think we got $400 or $500 up on it. I'm not taking $400 or $500 on a combine if I can help it. We're in this combine, so.
Yeah, NQ kind of coming back as well here, but that chart seems to be a little bit stronger than ES. And NQ is the NASDAQ futures, for those that don't know. That mimics the QQQ tech.
Yeah, look at the VIX.
Yeah.
The VIX is the one to keep an eye on for sure this morning. It's popping it right above 21. It's 2109 right now. So if you can see that VIX start to work towards the 22 area, we should get a really good move. But that's if it starts to move that way. And if ifs and nuts was candy, and if ifs and buts was candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
We got tide showing a little bit more. You can see the puts rising. Calls are rising as well. Put volume's still in control, but kind of keeping an eye on that. Let's see how that goes. Here's your holdings. So holdings has calls way up and puts both climbing. So you're getting mixed signals here. Oh, calls just spiked up and volume is now taking a turn. Again, it's early, so it's very difficult to gauge a trade off of this. You're just trying to keep an eye on these trends.
Yeah, and if you look at book map, you can see it's a clear area to 58.30 to 58.17. That's kind of our see where we've been kind of chopping around at in that area. So still have those orders at 58.50 and 5800 respectively. So that's interesting. But we will see.
So you got about a 6.5 minute orb, which is not the largest thing, but it's pretty accurate. If you're going to get a breakout, it would make sense.
And we forget so orb is opening range.
Yeah.
To play an orb is to play an opening range breakout. So you're trading a certain amount of time. Some people do a 1 minute, 5 minute, 3 minute, 15 minute. I've seen up to a 30-minute, an hourly one. You tend to, if you get into like your longer time frames, you tend to just kind of chop in it instead of getting an actual breakout. But it happens sometimes.
Yeah, I think
CBD is
Howie's
weird. CBD negative 1900 right now.
I think Howie's assessment's pretty accurate though. Is this orb is lining up with that chop that you just had after data?
Yeah.
So you will get. I mean, you're basically getting a breakout from the zone of that chop.
Still got to break 58.15. You break 58.15, I think we could very easily see 5,800 hit. So far, still just I took a trade of 3 lots here in the combine, and then I have 4 lots short still on MES and the personal account. I'm actually hoping we can get a move down to closer to 5,800. I do have a take profit at. I'll move that to at 58.16. So we can do that. That'll get me $150 on that one. But like I said, you can see here we've got to basically draw a little zone right here, and this is where we're. There's your zone. So we're just not coming into that zone. Now this is not going to be a. It should be a minor zone. This should not be a very strong zone at all. But so far, this level is holding. This is your pre-market where it was holding up. So we got to break down below it. CBD is negative 2,000. CBD is not running away. So we'll see. And it's struggling at this area.
Flipping over to Tide, you're seeing calls drop on that drop down. Puts also dropped. Volumes and control on the put side. On your holdings, you've got kind of a spaghetti mess now forming with call volume higher. So kind of a mixed bag here from the general market to SPY.
Yeah. Come on, take me. Oh man, it got within a couple ticks of taking my first take profit here on my personal account. And I would share the personal account, but I don't want to share my actual real money account numbers.
We can trust you. We can trust you. Okay. So this is the orb 5-minute breakdown. So if you were playing the orb 5-minute, you would look for a retrace to 58.21 and then a rejection.
You can look here, it came right down to this bottom candle and could not break it. So that's the kick in the bad area. I can't say what I want to say, but CBD's coming 1,700. Those orders are back at 58.15. They had dropped them down to 58.12, 58.10. Now they're back at the 15 level. You can see them moving around. These are the ones I'm really watching down here. This big cluster right here is the ones I'm really paying attention to. For to get the move, we want to see these flush below that low a day, then we should see a decent move down. But so far, these are holding right at it. Don't have as much. You got it a little further up. They're not stacked to the high side really like they were yesterday.
Yeah.
Just looking at it, you definitely got a stack here to the low side. So definitely still leaning bearish. That's why I'm in the trade I'm in.
You got puts. You got calls crossed over the zero line. Puts kind of ticking down, but your volume still in favor of the puts, pushing new highs. So again, kind of a mixed bag there. It looks like they're bidding up the S&P 500 holdings, but look at the volume here, right? So you got this spike up in premium, but your volume's gone to the put side. So it's kind of confusing. Kind of confusing here. You're getting a lot of mixed signals.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, it's not CBD suggesting that we get a pop here. It's showing 50, 15, negative 1500. Book map, on the other hand, is suggesting that we still go down. If you look, kind of what I'm looking at, you see this area. Let's get this area right here. That's the one that pops crimson. This is the area I'm really watching. This is where the majority of your stuff's coming. You got this area kind of consolidates, then breaks up, then consolidates and breaks up. So I don't think this is as strong of an area. We still might go up and take this out before we come back down. And that's a guessing game. It's kind of leveling up now. Actually, this is actually looking a little bit better than it did. CBD is suggesting here, this is suggesting that buyers are stepping in. So the more to the negative side, you have your sellers. The positive side, you have your buyers. And you can just see the chart. We got really down in it. And it's an interesting spot right here. This CBD popping up is not a good sign for my shorts. But this very well could be a come up and a test and a hard fall back now. So they got them at 27.50. Oh, I actually move this down. I'll move it right above VWAP. Take a little chance there. One thing you'll notice too, when you get so as soon as I enter a trade on here, I go on and I have a stop and a take profit pops in. I go on and move my stop where I want my stop at. I don't just do certain ticks. Anybody wondering? This is 23.50. My stop is now at 58.29. So that's a 5.5 point stop. It could be 6, could be 4, could be 2. If we're right here and my thesis is invalid, it breaks VWAP. Well, that's where my stop's going to be. I probably wouldn't enter a trade there, but I put my stop based on what I'm seeing. And then, of course, I took my take profit is down here in this zone. It's above this one, which should be hard. This worries me a tad bit right here and over here. So it could get held up there if we do make it this low, but we'll see. And like I said, if we do get this point, I'm going to start trailing down my stop loss too. So
interesting move on Tide. You got a big pop on calls. So, but you're not seeing it reflected in the price just yet. That's that yellow line. And same on holdings. So something got bidded up pretty quick. And I'm going to guess it's going to be always NVIDIA.
Well, you can look right. Hold on. So scroll up. Let's move us aside. So you got here, then this is your sector flow, right? So
yeah. So utilities.
So it's utilities that is holding us up, according to that.
Yeah, which I believe Amazon is in. No, I think they're in consumer staples. Yeah, so utilities, which may be related to the hurricane.
That is really, really interesting to be able to break it down like that.
Yeah, very, very good tool.
Unusual wells is just, I mean, I know some people love it, some people hate it. I know some people use other flow services. I think unusual wells is hard to beat.
Yeah.
And they're just so daggum nice. Have you ever had a conversation with the nicest folks you've ever talked to in your life?
Yeah, you can tell the passion is there by the staff because they're just they keep cranking out tools all the time, and this flow tool is just really, really, really cool tool. Market Tide, I should say, not flow.
So I had unusual wells at one point back when I traded options. When I stopped trading options, I stopped paying for it because I didn't see the use in it. But then they come out with Tide, after I get out of it, and I'm like, holy crap, this is very beneficial. And then in the past, we couldn't depend on Roy to share it enough. But if you are in the Discord, you can request it in the a command in Discord. Now it's a little bit delayed what you get there, but kind of gives you an idea if you need it. If you're in a crunch and you need it, you can do a command in there and get it. But maybe one day when Roy's full-time trader, we'll just pop it up on here and leave it up all day or something. Who knows? We'll do shared screen with unusual wells and book mount, and then see how long they let us keep it up.
The interesting take that you did with the sectors is utilities being the winner. If you see any of these others start to catch up, then you could see a dramatic move.
Yeah, if you're looking there, so you can see your consumer staples are not bad, real estate's not bad, financials is not bad. You got your technology, which is very strange, but I guess NQ's coming back now. But it's kind of, you look at technology and then you think NQ and stuff like that. But
yeah, a little rise in puts here. If you see, it's kind of coincided with a little drop in the market.
Look at this, boys and girls. As soon as I did it, I'm gonna say that bottom down there turned. When I tell you about turning crimson, this bottom area here turned about as dark crimson as you could get for a second there. Now it's to the upside a little bit. And as soon as that turned crimson, that's when it dropped down. Interesting. CBD is still suggesting, though, that we're not getting this big flush.
Yeah, as bearish as it seems. Flow. Well, now flow's starting to pick up. Yeah, flow's starting to go. Yeah, you're starting to get.
Oh man, you turned rising. You turned it.
Yeah, sorry. Oh.
I want to show this. Look at these colors.
Yeah.
Watch these colors. They pop in, and this turned dark. As soon as it turned dark and CBD started popping, Roy's like, "Oh, let's change off here." Goober. All right, so we took profit on half of our personal account there. It hit our 16 price target. Now we've got our last price target right above 5,800. I actually got it on 5803.50 because 5803.50 gets me about, actually 5803. So that gets us about $300 on a day if it hits that. So that would be perfect. One trade. Everybody knows the rules. One trade. We're gonna start doing it like Dave does his pizza reviews. One trade and then keep eating.
We're breaking down here. So you're looking at a retest of that bottom part of that demand zone, but you even said it was pretty weak. But if you look at Tide here, a drastic shift has happened.
Wow. We had no fake out there, did we?
No. Volume showing up. So you see now holdings now puts are above calls on holdings, and you see your volume clicked up there. So it's starting to formulate its path and give us the data we need to make more informed decisions.
What? Hold on, we got something. I need to close that. Give me a second here. Oh, Twitter box. I don't like Twitter much anymore, but I try not to watch Twitter when we're trading because it can just skew your buy so much. This is actually really strange, and I was not expecting to hear this come out. UAW President Sean Fain warns that hundreds of thousands of U.S. jobs are at risk if Trump wins election and revokes Inflation Reduction Act's EV investment. So what about the hundreds of thousands of jobs that would be created or would keep by forcing people to make stuff here?
Right.
We're not getting political, so I just don't like it when people give one side, and it goes for both to the left and the right? Don't point out this but leave out key parts that could be the other part.
Exactly.
2 cents. Here's the pop back up. Now, do we get a rejection off this pop back up? This is the $3,000 question of the day. We are not going to move it to break even, but we are. You know what? We're going to move it to break even. So, worst case scenario, we're out our fees right now in this trade. If this was anything but, if this was a XFA, would trade this, well, honestly, we'd be scaling out right now. We would probably be holding one runner with a tight stop, but we shall see. We shall see.
NQ with a
both
nasty.
Of them broke. ES and NQ both broke their lower or below.
Yeah.
NQ came up and tested. It's rejecting. ES actually came up in the orb and it's rejecting some now. So CBD is negative 1900.
Your flow is still suggesting puts are in control. We got a little tick up here, but volume did after that drastic spike. So,
personally, I think this is just an opportunity to get short, but I could be wrong. Wait, go back to that other one a second ago.
Oh, yep. Which one? This one?
Yeah. Okay, so your puts are actually dropping pretty hard there.
Yeah, so your puts are coming down. This is the holdings. The holdings has been kind of whacked out. But look at your volume.
Yeah.
So you had that spike, and then it's a spaghetti mess right now. I mean, this always looks better down larger time frames, but
right.
You do. Sure. You have your puts coming up, so you have a nice pop happening. For kind of zooming out a bit, this is your 7-day chart of flow. So you can see your put volume is now back above the zero line. First time since, obviously yesterday it was just a grind.
Took me out there. Right fees.
Okay. Good first trade.
Yeah, we lost $45 on it. We ain't done yet. I like it to the low side.
I did too.
What does Bain say? Y'all adapt to the dark. I was born in it. That's Roy right there. Roy's the perma bear. Y'all adapt to shorts. I was born in shorts.
They expect one of us in the wreckage, brother.
Yeah, let's nerd out on everybody for a minute.
There you go. Puts rising now. I do like a short here.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it low a day, and then we re-enter. Yeah. I actually I added the two back on my personal account, but I have moved the stop loss. CBD is positive 90, positive 100. Yeah, it's giving us mixed signal. This green candle here is. I'm not really.
That's a strong one.
Freaking out on it yet. Yeah, I want to see more. The CBD is not really concerning me at this moment. What I was looking for to happen, and let's see if it follows through, is this test, which started to, then it came back. I want to see a hard rejection here. I want to see a hard rejection. So this area.
Looks like VWAP is on the way right now.
Rejection. It's going to actually test VWAP. This is very concerning. It could have been the opposite move. We could have been looking for the move, get the flush, and then the pop back up the rest of the day. Just so you know.
Puts are trending down, calls are trending up. So you are getting your VWAP test here with flow. Moving with the play.
CBD is almost to 1,000 positive.
All Mag 7 is red except Amazon. And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. I love the and yeah.
Yeah.
Harry, are you in here today? Did you get your monitor yesterday? I've been waiting for a picture on it so I can share with everybody. Harry's monitor. Tesla crushed. What happened? It was just wow, look at how this thing pop above VWAP and go. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, no, it's strong. That was a strong move.
So now we're gonna have to wait now. We'll have to wait now before we do anything else. It's actually a very strong move. CVD is plus 1800. Very strong move. I think ES just said, hold my beer, folks. We ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. All right. I want to see a hard rejection here though before we go down.
Apple putting in a bit of a topping candle on the day. If it can continue to move down. Still 2 minutes left on candle. Video found some life. It's back flat.
Plus 2000 CBD.
The market tide has now pushed positive on calls. Puts are starting to fall down with it. Puts
yeah, I don't want to see a move. I'd love to see this to go. If I'm looking for a short, to be honest with you, I'm looking for this to wick back down to here.
Mm-hmm.
And then this next candle to open up and start to move that way, then we could scalp a short, in my opinion, but only if we get this move. So far, it looks decent. We got a minute left in this candle, so. But I don't want to rush it. But I would love to scalp. And I look on this. This is an XFA if we get it. So we're actually going to take it there. If it'll fill, it might be too late on it. I love it that it's coming back all the way back to the 8th, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it can break the 8, that'd be good. Flow, though, is suggesting a little bit of a different outcome, though. Flow is saying maybe we need to keep an eye on it.
CVD's dropping hard. It's down to negative 800. It's just dropped 1,000.
Just a slight down taking calls there, not taking puts. So you can see the market. And guess where we are? Back in the orb range.
Right here, but we'll see. I don't know if we get there. The added short
the play. I don't like that. I like the play of going long off the 8.
You do. I'm looking at other things. We'll see. I don't like the. Well, let's see. VWAP tends to be stronger, but we'll see what happens here. Might be the inverse money day today. I did make another $100 on the personal account there though by trading that play. I had my take profit a lot tighter.
Look at calls kind of recovering again. So you may get that cross coming up. Both of them are above the zero line. You've got the volume now in play. We shall see. Hopefully, you got a cross now on calls on the holdings and puts. You got the zero.
Yeah, we might see a pop here.
You're not seeing a strong break of VWAP, so a lot of indecision.
And then we're risking this previous candle's high because if it does break there, we're out anyway. So you tell me how you get this green candle after this red candle right there.
Yeah, I know, right? And then
it shows that sometimes our candles are overrated. Shows you have to adapt really, because
yeah, I mean that red candle would tell me party on, man. We're about to crush.
Yeah.
And then it just, if you can get a wick off of here, rejection at VWAP, then that would be lovely. Because a move not happening with that flow suggesting it seems odd. But now you get a little downtick on calls. Still high day on the call volume. How are we looking here? So look at that drastic downtick on calls here. Now about to be below the zero line. They get close to cross and they said nope. So
yeah,
could get your move down here. Could see if we can get.
You're so close to the point of having just runners left on this personal account, because I keep adding personal account. I pretty much trading around, so I short, but then I'm trading around the original position, if that makes sense. So I'm always keeping too short and then scaling in and out, and it works for me on here, so I'm gonna continue to do it. But we're a few hundred up on it, so I can't complain. It's working. We're over $1,000 in a week so far on a personal account, so I can't beat that.
50%
a week. That pays a lot of bills.
So you got the 8 sitting right here, and you got this MACD cross up. So you've got 8 showing as support. So it could do a nice move up here if there is buyers and momentum.
I take it you're in a long. Are you in a long?
I'm in nothing right now.
Okay.
I took a long, or no, I took a short, and I was getting mollywopped, and then I cut it for about $15 on an XFA. Nothing crazy there. On the open short, I've got a combine. I did $100, and then another combine I did like $200. So I was up way more than that, but obviously the retracement happened and knocked out my stops. So.
Oh, wow. I forgot we were still. Yeah, we're still okay. We're not anything on that one. Okay.
So looking through Mag 7, you got Apple. Go ahead.
I might have to run out real quick. So my stinky dog, she came over and she came and sit and looked at me, and her gas is atrocious. So I'm assuming she needs to go to the bathroom.
Handle the business. I'll go through Mag 7 here.
I wish we had smell vision.
You're gonna come back with the Bane mask. It's gonna be.
I had one. I'll be right back. All
right, cool. I'll go through Mag 7. So we got Apple, kind of bearish candle on the 5-minute. You see it's kind of recovering up. It is down for the day, 0.6%. Nvidia kind of pushing up now to the high of the day. So you're seeing strength again. Buyers stepping in for Nvidia, which is probably why you're seeing a move in ES, as you can kind of see it to the right here. So Nvidia is about to set a new high a day. Microsoft just can't get going, but it's at that 5-day moving average. So you see, is it going to flag down and create kind of a bearish move, or it is red on the day? Google starting to recover. Had bad news yesterday. We'll see what they can pop up, but it's approaching its high day, so it's got positive momentum. Amazon's been the big winner today, up 1%. It's wicking up here at the top, but it's just had a nice move in the pre-market. It's held those gains, so that's a strong strength. A sign of strength. Meta slightly down, nothing too crazy, but you can see it's recovered its big red candle, and it's approaching its 5-day moving average. Tesla got thumped, but has found a little bit of a bottom here. So you got maybe a potential reversal, or it could just be bear flagging for lower. Looks like it's hitting some MA here. I don't know what that is. I got too much colors, but it's battling the 8. So an event later today. We'll see if you can get it bid up back up to the kind of the opening range. If not, then down goes Tesla. Switch over to the VIX. So you got the VIX falling. It's kind of hung around this 21 level for a while. You kind of look left. You see it all morning and then pretty much most of yesterday. So we'll see if that can show some recovery. ES just cannot break VWAP. So you're looking every time it does, you're not getting candle closes above VWAPs. You're getting these big wicks. So sellers are stepping in right there. So you could have a move down further to see if it can attract more buyers to then get enough to push it up. Nothing really clear here. You're basically in a chop zone. I mean, there's been nothing that's obvious. So no point in rushing any trades that you would have. Switching over to market tide, looks like calls flipped. So they are now pushing higher, and you've got puts kind of pushed lower and then holding down. So your call volume's now at the high of day and climbing hard. On holdings, you're not seeing the cross, but you're seeing them get close, and you've got the call volume now in control here. So these are telling you that the options obviously are in a more bullish move the market up type mode than your general market action showing on the chart. So something to keep in mind. I believe, push his book map over, and you can see the CBD in the bottom right is about 1200. I can't read that. It's very small font for me. 2200, 1200. I'm not sure. But you're starting to see orders pushing up higher there for him as well. So looks like a pop could be in order or in the process of it. Looking at VWAP, it's now breaking above VWAP. So let's see if this candle can close. It's about 55 seconds left on it. Welcome back, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She did have to poop, by the way.
All right.
Took her out 3 times this morning. We can't poop. Now we go poop.
So running through some of the Mag 7, it was interesting to see a lot of them were pushing back to their high days. So they had recovered their big bearish candles at the open. Tesla's jumped $4 from its bottom.
Wow.
And you got Google pushing highs. You got Nvidia was pushing highs. It was that's one bad thing. One bad thing with
20. It's below 21. So
every time I say Google, my phone activates AI thing.
Really, it's like Siri.
Yeah, old Siri. So now you're going to get potentially a retest of VWAP here, would be my guess. Let's see if it holds. It does.
Would be my guess too.
Your short may get cooked.
Very well could get cooked.
You were away, but this was the big thing.
Wow. Just took me out.
So the calls were ramping up, and they are continuing
CBD
to ramp up.
plus 4,000.
So you never quite got that retest just yet. Pushing higher.
Well, we're going to test this zone here from this morning.
Yeah, it's all about resetting and figuring out as we get more data,
Yeah, CBD's 4,600 now, 47 popping. But here's the key right here.
Mm-hmm.
This zone, trend zone is my key. So I see what we got. Goolsby is speaking. Overall trend is true that inflation has come down a lot. Inflation came in around expectation. Improvement on housing front. The job market is cool to a level of full employment. Okay. He's in total agreement. Or they're in total. I don't know if Goolsby's a guy or a girl. I don't know who Goolsby is.
He's a guy.
They are in full agreement. Okay, he's in total agreement with the spirit of the Fed chair. What the spirit of the Fed chair said. We've shifted now to more normal, balanced risk environment. And we hit that zone there. Let's see if we can break this zone. This would be the spot we're looking at.
I think your old boy got you on that one. I'll show you video.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not liking that zone though. Not liking that zone.
She got the bids. Apple coming the opposite way. It's very interesting how Nvidia and Apple continue to go opposites on each day. I mean, look at the percentages: 0.78 down, 0.73. It's like you just keep shifting money around between the two. Like Google, trying to recover a little bit.
Yeah.
Amazon holding.
It's gonna be key if we come back to VWAP. What we do at VWAP this time? Do we hold? I would assume we hold, but we've seen this play out before, where you pop above it and come right back through it again. So there's another $50 for a personal account. Thank you very much. I'm staying short on the personal account, so this might bite me in a minute, but.
So you're getting a little flattened out on puts here, but they're about to go below the zero line. That's normally a pretty bullish sign.
Yeah, I probably need to rethink my thinking here.
Yeah.
Start looking for more, to be honest with you.
I mean,
but right this second.
This is a nasty candle.
We've seen this play out before. Really make a crap. It's just a candle.
I think it's now it holds VWAP, and then because now your VWAP is aligned with the 8 probably by the next.
If we would actually come get a test here, I would actually take a long here if it holds.
Yeah.
But we've got to get the test first. I can't just. And all honesty, you could take a break in the zone too. So broke above it, test it, pop above. Only thing that gets me is right here. Can we get around that?
You had mentioned earlier today, so in about 2 hours, we have the 30-year bond auction. Do you think that you'll see some de-risking ahead of that potentially?
I would think
by
so.
de-risk, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so, but you got to figure out who's de-risking.
Exactly. That's the thing is de-risking. Early on when I was trading, even within the last couple of years, I used to think, CPI data. Who the hell who would hold through CPI data long when you're way up? Well, the de-risking and the move would happen the day before, and everybody's like, "Oh, the data leaked" or any of that stuff. It's really the de-risking was happening to the short side, just shorts recovering, and it pushes it up. So,
Well, I think personally, I think we're to the part where we see not just the de-risking part, but I think you see the moves happen prior. So yeah, you see some kind of movement here, but I still think this move yesterday. This was what they were expecting. They were expecting decent data. The market popped on it. I don't look at it as, oh, well, we got data leaks here, we got data leaks there. I think that they're putting a really educated guess on what they think is going to happen, and then when it comes in with line, they're like, okay, now let's sell off some. And only time you really get the big moves and the crazy moves is when you get the unexpected. And here recently, I mean, inflation. I mean, not inflation, but unemployment has risen higher than expected, but everything else is pretty much staying right on.
Yeah.
You notice that. So that's why we're not getting the huge moves one way or the other. You're getting them pre-event.
Get a little downtick in calls, nothing crazy. So it could be some leveling off. Maybe this is where you get your VWAP retest.
Yeah, I keep wanting to thinking about taking a long here on this zone break, but I really want to see a VWAP test.
Yeah.
Is what I really want to see. So we have not really seen that yet.
So the shout out to Cashew. I'll say this: we did end up getting a retracement, even though just a wick. You can't argue. We did get pushed back up to prior data release. So it took some time. You would have taken some heat, but
yeah. I mean, we're not shocked by it. Just the point is when it comes.
Got a lot of support here at VWAP.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't even think we're going to test VWAP, so I would not be surprised if we trend up to that 58.44. And Howie, the 58.50 could be in play, sir. We are actually going to.
Here you go. Here's a question from Roy Easy. So I don't use anchored VWAP. I just use the daily one. I do use EMAs for 5-day and stuff, so they're similar to anchored VWAP, but I find power in them. I mean, if you can keep them on your chart and not let it get too cluttered, it's just another indicator.
Anchored VWAP is only as good as where you're anchored at. That's your problem. You have with anchored VWAP. I mean, if you look at VWAP, so I know people anchor on different things, but your VWAP is anchored on where we open that day. So at 5 o'clock this afternoon, when the market opens back up, there's your anchored VWAP for this session. The question is, do you want to move it to? I don't have a problem moving it to. I should have waited for the damn VWAP test, but of course no. Now we swap, and here we go. This is perfect timing. Couldn't make this up if we tried. Where was it? I think anchored VWAP. I don't have a problem doing anchored VWAP off open. Or some like news. You could have done it on that news this morning. You could have put it to high or low and played it off there. There's just so many ways to interpret it. So, and to play it. I personally, I don't feel comfortable enough to use it to depend on it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I think you make a good point. It is exactly where, at what point are you anchoring it, right? If you're a lot of, I think you have to do it based on a lot of strategies I saw is based on volumes, right? So they'll anchor it from like FOMC days,
Yep.
things like that, that you'll see a large amount of volume on those particular days. So
Agreed.
you're at support here, and it's see if it can hold above VWAP. Kind of wicked below it for a second, and
Yeah, if you get the close here, it's signaling to me that there's more upside. Now, where the upside goes to is the $1,400 question here. If you look at the chart, you see it. I would love to be moving that take profit up, to be honest with you. We'll actually want to, let's go back to one. I'd really love to come back up here, but we'll see. It's not giving us a move that I want. Oh, what is Tide showing?
So Tide, it's got a little downtick in calls, a little uptick in puts. Call volume still in charge. So it's got downtick in calls, uptick in puts. So your volume's coming in. You got breaking through the clusters. Your MACD's still start turn, but nothing drastic.
Man, I feel
Nvidia.
like ICT.
What's that?
I feel like ICT. Somebody's targeting my stop.
I tell you, they've been after you today.
Well, it's amazing you get off here and I trade better, huh? When people can't watch me when they're not attacking my stop losses.
You know, we can't argue it because you can't go from 30 subscribers to 200 right away without some residual impact to our
right. We got there's
trading.
definitely people. Y'all son of guns are targeting me.
Keep us on our toes.
Still needs to hold the EMA cluster here. This is a big one for the long here.
Yeah, we'll go back to your chart to show that cluster. You got puts just went above the zero line, but calls still way ahead, and they have a slight uptick. So you may get your whipsaw effect here.
We've got a little less than a minute in this candle. Definitely want to close above here, but
your point of control is 58.2250 on ES right now. So you could even potentially get down there and bounce. Well, I like a long, but
that means I'm screwed.
I don't know. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, I don't trust it yet. You messed me up.
I'm not in anything.
This
so I can't
close above VWAP after that move. This should be a strong next move.
Yeah, so there you go.
We know that's insane. All that move and it closed above VWAP. You gotta love trading. Now it's gonna come all the way back down. Watch. Now it's gonna be take everything out.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, that's right.
It's holding the 8 though. It's not quite breaking down the 8. I mean, it's testing it. It's river dancing on it, but it's
Led, your boy, he jinxed me. If you're watching Led, your boy jinxed me. As soon as you said, I actually like it long here, like I messed up. Oh, I love you, Roy.
I love when we get bigger and popular. I can't wait for the fan bases to be really against me when I pick their teams to win on the college bets. Got a little uptick on calls here, so ever so slightly pushing to a new high on premium and a new high on volume. Going to the sectors now. Look at your sectors, right? You got energy popping up, utilities, materials. Technology was down 68. Now it's 0.4. So you're seeing. Let me refresh just to make sure we have updated data. Yeah, so you look at your NVIDIA premium already. So
man, there's no doubt NVIDIA is the king right now, is it?
Yeah, look at that. I'm gonna guess NVIDIA's chart is showing that. Yep. About to set a new high. You get Amazon came down a bit.
Can't get the momentum to break it up though. So
look at Tesla. I mean, that was a dramatic drop, and it's just ticking its way on back up. Only down 1% now.
Do we have the reverse Howie?
We may. Here's the VIX broke below 21. We'll see if it can recover that or not. Oop. Call still climbing up. Going back to your trade.
Yeah, I want to see a pop here. I want to see a pop. All right, there's a pop. We took that same trade long. We was actually a little slightly better position on the personal account. So there's another $100 in that, and we're logging off it for the day.
Beautiful. So what was the total on the day for that account?
Look at this. Trading MES, we made about $500 a day on it.
Wow. That's impressive, sir. That's impressive.
I probably should try it on here just to scale it in and out. Scale in and out, scale out, scale in, scale out, and just riding the wave. When a stop hits, we came back, we flirted, we added on the VWAP test, and we added more, then we popped back up, and we're able to cut. So we're still holding 2. We had up to 8 at around this level down here. So nice little pop up, little 3-4 point pops, and scale in and out. $50 here, $75 there, $30 here. You trade a lot more like this, but it seems to you're not just stuck waiting for a bigger move. And look, I'm gonna be all honest with you. I probably should have added down here on this one. Should have waited for the VWAP test and we would have had the same play, but it is what it is at this point now. I still don't dislike where CBD's holding around this 3,000 to 3,500. It's not moving. It might go down to 3,000. It's going to pop right back up. We're just getting so much going on with it. It's not really.
Here's your guy. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's go look at my long-term port. How about that? We started adding the video. I want to say it's around 112. So I have averaged up on the video, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's
and right now we are. Wait for it. We were slow this morning. Come on, give it to me. Wow. So we are about 20% up on our commons.
I'll tell you.
I would sell covered calls on it. I'm scared to sell covered calls on it.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's where do you even put it, right? I guess you'd go to the all-time high, 140.
I mean, that's what other choice you got?
Yeah.
Give me the move. Give me the move.
It probably wouldn't be a bad strategy on the covered call heading into earnings. because your premiums are going to be crazy. They're going to be good. They're going to be nice. So
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose my shares.
yeah,
I know I get paid for them, but I don't want to lose them, and I'm scared I'm gonna lose them. I don't want to sit back one day like a lot of people did with Tesla, and heck, I did with Tesla to some point, and be like, "Oh, I hate I missed all that."
yeah.
And I don't know if Nvidia is one of those stocks that you just buy it and just forget about it forever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure somebody will come along one day and knock them off, but how long was Tesla's run? A few
I
years.
mean
A
it.
few years.
Yeah, I mean it was if you go back to their even their IPO. I mean they've just done phenomenal, right? Overachieved every which way.
Yeah. Tesla set a bar by being not just a car company, by being
Yeah,
a tech company. They raised the bar on a lot of companies.
and I think they cracked the options code as well. I think they had some. I mean, the option chain for that thing was so juiced all the time, and it was like, how and who? It's not retail that can push these premiums up this fast, I mean, especially in 2020, 2021.
You got
So I think
markets who
there was some mechanical squeezing happening just constantly with Tesla that just kept pushing it up, pushing it up. But it can only hold those gains if it's a quality company, and they proved it. They're a quality company.
there's no doubt Tesla was a gamma squeeze before anybody knew what a gamma squeeze was.
Yeah.
You don't go from what it went to. I mean, what did it peak out at before pre-split?
I was like pre-split. So it was like $1,500, more than
I
that,
thought it
and
got up
then
in the 2000s.
it could have been 2000. But then it split what 8 times, 8 times split because they did a 5 and then a 3. If I remember.
Wow. So the first Tesla stock split was a 5-to-1 split, and it got to 22.50
22.50. Wow.
for the split. Yeah. And I remember loading the boat at 400, like after the
I
split,
I
because I
have
was
a
like, I'm not
friend
missing
that
it again. And hell, then it got back up to what 1,000,
yeah.
and I was like, crap. I mean, you gotta. And that's back when I didn't have much money, so I didn't have a lot in there. So you
Mm-hmm.
had to take what you could get when you got it.
Yeah, a friend of mine was had a buy order for the COVID low on Tesla for about $400, and it got down to 450 something. It missed him by just a hair, and then it just took off. But that's the name of the game. So you got tied, kind of weakening a bit here.
CBD is too.
So you got puts again going up to the 0 line. Market. Oh,
Yeah, I think we're to get a.
maybe get that
We're
move
finna
we
get,
thought.
I think we're finna get an ugly candle, but I could be wrong. It's gonna fight right back up to the damn 21. CBD's come all the way back down to 17, 1600.
Yeah, tide is not attractive in the short term right now. Calls are coming down pretty good.
Just gonna test VWAP. What do we do here? Rejecting so far. CBD is 1600. Let's go back to what I said this morning before we jumped in trades. A pop, then a flush the rest of the day.
Yep.
It just could have been it happened later than I anticipated. So, oh Lord,
little move up here on calls. Puts are struggling to break that 0 line. So it's just been chopped. I mean, I know. Oh, here we go. It's you had that kind of nice move down earlier, then you had a nice recovery. But as a whole, I guess really the play has been the 5-minute orb.
Yeah.
He broke down the initially, then came back, recovered it, and broke way above it. Howie with another good insight. Oh, you're getting some bets on both sides here. I'm going to take it away from you, but you got calls rising, puts rising.
It's popping back up, but I'm not letting it go all the way back now.
Yeah. Getting options bets on both sides right now, so that makes it unclear. But here's your SPY holdings. Just spiked way up on calls. A little downtick on puts, but puts did rise with it. A similar item here. So your options bettors are showing up to the party.
We're going to take a chance here at VWAP to add 2 more here to see if we can get a scout and get our money back. Well, it got a tick away from hitting it, so. You got Williams at here speaking at 10. Coming up. Pretty much all Barkin has said is that inflation is headed in the right direction. That's the only news really that's come out from Barkin. Barkin.
He had a bounce off of the point of control here at 58.22.50. So you can break that, which is kind of right in the middle. We're just in that 5-minute orb. We're just hanging out. Tomorrow, events wise, we have PPI, Michigan Consumer Confidence. So nothing crazy, but
taking tomorrow completely off.
Yeah. We are not streaming tomorrow. That's another reminder for those of you guys. You're on your own tomorrow.
Yeah. Wow, just a choppy mess.
Nasty.
Choppy mess. CBD still holding 1400. I see it. You find that right logo, sir?
I'm trying to get transparent, man. No, I don't think that's it. They lie to me all the time.
Oh, I've been on a wrap kick here lately, like chicken Caesar wraps. I don't know why.
Okay. I thought you were talking about music.
No, I've been talking about chicken Caesar wraps. And I made there's a local place. It's called Southern Coop. It's like a wing spot. And they just moved to a location with the golf simulators and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I've tried Nukes, I've tried McAllister's, I've tried Obies. These are all, some of them are local, some of them are chains, and they're all decent. You got to have a perfect. If you're gonna put a lot of chicken in there, right? You got to have more dressing because your chicken tend to dry out.
Yeah.
If you don't have as much chicken, you don't have to have as much dressing. But I hadn't been able to find the chicken to dressing ratio. Yeah, I've been struggling with this, and I need to go help some of these restaurants out. Let them know, like, hey, this is what we're looking for, right?
So this is the Monty Caesar wrap.
That's right. So at Southern Coop, they have what's just called the chicken wrap. It's got chicken, of course, lettuce, tomato, bacon bits in it. You know, it's like a salad with grilled chicken and then it's wrapped. But they have called a Coop ranch, a Coop sauce. So it's kind of like a remoulade sauce, like a comeback sauce kind of. But it's a little bit different, but it's really, really, really good. Like it's one of my favorite sauces you can get out there. And of course, they hand make it. It's not anything store bought. You don't get it in a package. You get a little tub they make, and they put it in your little bowl for you. So I got it yesterday and got extra sauce. They're like, look, these people they usually put enough chicken on there, but I just don't. I'm worried they're not going to have enough sauce on it.
Right.
And it was the perfect chicken to sauce ratio without me doing a thing to it, and I was so excited. I have found my home on a chicken wrap. Here it is. They toasted. You know, a lot of places don't do it. They toast. Once they did it, they toasted the whole thing with the wrap, the tortilla too. Stepped it up next level. It's perfect. So anybody in the Oxford area, go to Southern Coop and try their chicken wrap. It is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Now we get a pop. Of course we do.
That was a nasty little.
We're in 4 now. We don't want to stay in 4. So we're going to put it. Oops, we don't want. We're going to do 2 at a time. 1 at a time. Put 1 on that one. 1 on that one. 1 on that one down there. And this might take us out. We might cut this pretty daggum quick here. Not liking it so far. CBD's popped to almost 1,800. Still not popping like crazy. Of course, we get in, we add to it. Of course, it's time to pop. Of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah, you didn't get that breakdown under 2250.
Nah.
And that's what I was really hoping. Like you're also not getting a breakout above 5830. But
again, we got to reject here. If we don't go back up to that trend zone, we go to that trend zone, that stops me out. So, and then we have a bad day and we're not trading this account anymore. We're taking our break. We are at 9:45, so we are getting close to. Saw Roy working over there. We're getting close to Roy's picks of the week. We can't say locks because ain't the damn thing been locked in his picks this week since we started.
It's a loose term. Well, we'll use lock as loose.
Lock the opposite direction.
You're seeing pops kind of happening throughout Mag 7, which kind of coincided with that move up. Your boy NVIDIA again had a minor drop and then just said, back up we go. But
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm so confused on what we're going to do. It's to the point where if we get back to break even, I probably should just cut the trade and not do it anymore because obviously we're not reading it 100% great. We're reading it on the personal account, which is phenomenal because we could have took another short there and actually thought about it, but I don't want to risk it. Barkin, housing demand could rise faster than supply. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I think we're already at that point.
Yeah.
You just wonder, where do these guys live? What do they live in? They live in fantasy world.
Yeah.
What is Tide showing?
Yeah, Tide got calls pushing higher. This is the holdings. Oh, so wow. You got a drop on the thing. Yeah. So you had kind of an inverse happen here on the price action and calls, but you got puts. So I mean, this tells me well, here you go. Puts are pushing higher. You got the price now coming, so they're kind of ignoring the calls.
I need more, Roy.
I'm getting it for you, man. Let me
need
go long
more.
real quick for you. I'll take one for the
I
team.
need more.
It's just a choppy mess. So you got puts rising. Need that call volume to slow down. But puts above the zero line. That's a strong signal. Nope. Calls just got to spike up. We'll just see if it can do the dance for you. You got to break that 2250. 2250 is the number.
If you look at Bookmap, it tells you 58.20, and then you see 22.50 right above it. But you can see you got 300 something orders sitting at 58.20.
Yeah,
that's a big spot. Well, do they move those, or what do they do? They hadn't moved them yet, so.
I mean, this is just a nasty chop around VWAP.
I should have listened to my own advice and got here and got up a little bit and just cut this trade and said, see ya for the day.
Yeah, got calls kind of rising again, but slight flattening out.
Cashy App says, I like your collaboration.
We've been flipping around from chart to chart, from item to item.
I guess, yeah.
That's how I'm going to take it.
Never know what you're going to see here.
Or he may be catching up on your chicken wrap. You know?
Yeah. It's hard to argue with a good chicken wrap, I'm telling you.
We should try and get them to sponsor.
I never thought I would be the guy that's like, hey, chicken wrap, solid.
Trading changes you, doesn't it?
It does.
Like, I gotta get out of the house. I gotta figure out something.
I'm home all the time. I gotta try to eat somewhat healthy. I know a chicken wrap's not the most healthy thing you can do, but it's better than a cheeseburger and fries. And speaking of cheeseburger and fries, I don't know if y'all seen it. It comes out today. The McDonald's Chicken Big Mac. I'm gonna be a big boy try one today.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a big boy try one today for sure. I definitely want to do the Chicken Big Mac. I saw where some people had reviewed it, and a lot of people that were Big Mac fans. Now you got like Big Mac sauce. I love Big Mac sauce. I think it's Big Mac sauce. It's a little souped up $1,000 dressing, but it's phenomenal. But they say that the chicken to Big Mac sauce ratio makes everything. So I don't know if you know this or not. So what McDonald's has done, they've taken their chicken McNugget, right? Okay. And they into that chicken McNugget into a full patty for the thing. So this is different than any sandwich you got. This is not your normal chicken sandwich. This is a big ass chicken nugget on Big Mac sauce.
Two of them. Right? There's two giant chicken nuggets. I mean, I've always liked McDonald's chicken nuggets. I don't know if that was because I
love their chicken nuggets. I get them as a side sometimes. Hey, their fries. McDonald's fries are hard to beat too. I love McDonald's fries.
Yeah. But and oddly enough, their Sprite is like heavenly for me. I don't know why.
So McDonald's has more carbonation in their drinks than any other soda fountain you get from anywhere. They're designed that way.
Okay.
So Coke, when they sell their bag of Cokes that go there, their syrup ratio is a little higher to make their drink stronger. They do it that way so it can withstand the watering down of ice and still taste like a Coke or whatever.
Got it.
You can't get that any other restaurant in the world, only McDonald's.
Wow.
Who knew that?
Look at that.
They also put a little sugar in their salt with their fries to make you crave the fries.
You never know what you're going to get on this stream, but
I am passing out all the fast food secrets.
Good stuff. We had a Bain reference. We've had now McDonald's chicken wraps.
Never know.
Now, through all that, you were green on the position to yet again.
I got so excited, couldn't say it.
What is your average on it? Sorry.
What is what?
I can't quite read your average because the screen I have it on is smaller.
Oh,
so it's right here.
What I'm in at? It's,
your entry.
58.26.
Okay. Okie dokie. Tide.
Keep holding out hope we're gonna get this drop that I've been desperately waiting for all morning.
And yeah, I mean these are not pretty candles.
We're getting a lot of not pretty candles, and it doesn't matter. So candles are just look at all the wicks up and down today so far. That tells you what we're in. We're in a choppy mess.
Yeah. Which is odd because you would think with the data released today it would provided some clarity that decisions can be made, but I think it just added to the confusion.
I think it goes back to what we said yesterday that it was priced in. Now they don't know where to price, which way to go to price it back out. So what are we pricing next? I mean, kind of stuck there.
I mean, your next gauntlet of events is earnings, and from all signs those aren't going to look very nice. Come on, drop.
So Roy, if you want to go through your charts real quick, then go through your one more lap run through the Mag 7 and your picks of the week.
Let's do it. So
look for your picks of the week. So once we get through this, give me a break. Y'all are going to see us push this out on social media. Roy's pick of the week.
All right, for all to laugh
short out of it.
You get the markets.
Hey, we took profit on one, by the way.
Hey. Let's go back. Let's take a look. So your next profit area.
58.20.50. I need to move that up a tad bit. I like it at the bottom of that candle there. So 58.21.20. 58.21.25. Close to it.
Keep dropping.
There it is. Another one off.
All right. There we go.
So we're going to keep these others right where we're at. Actually, I'm going to move this one to this top of the zone. And then we're going to take this bad boy down here. And actually might move it further. I might move it to 5,800 if we start getting a drop. So, all right, go back to your stuff. Took some profit.
Line over here. Let's go through market side. You got puts kind of rising here. Call volume starting slow, but still pretty elevated on the day. You're seeing, again, every time you get a rise in puts, you're getting that drop happen in the market. So keep an eye on that. Whoa. Yep. There's your SPY holdings. So you could see a little pop here, but as you can see, puts are rising, calls are rising. So people are making their bets. Flip back over to Mag 7. We're going to look at Apple, basically a mimic of the ES chart, just a choppy mess. Not really much to see there.
Hey, just to update everybody, I did move my stop loss to break even now. So
nice.
To break even.
NVIDIA, just trending up, holding the 8 ribbon. So we'll see how long that can last throughout. Microsoft being the laggard, as it has been outside of yesterday, but it's just kind of approaching low a day again. Google had a spike up after it got beat down yesterday on its news, so it's kind of just chopping around at the top. Amazon's giving it up a little bit, so Amazon had a big move in pre-market, and now it's kind of giving some of that off. So we'll continue to watch that. Meta, low a day, looks just ugly. So part of that, and Tesla had a big flush down, and it's kind of recovered, and now it's holding up here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Always important to look at energy. Probably what we saw in that big move up, Monty, that got us was energy.
Yep.
As it's starting to come down.
Energy wasn't it the leading sector when we looked at Tide? Wasn't energy the leading sector on it?
Yeah. There it is down there.
Yeah.
+7. Let me refresh to get updated numbers. Yeah, energy. Look at NVIDIA. 61.
Lord.
Oh, DJT.
Wow. What is happening today with that?
I don't know. There you go. DJT. Going back to the charts, VIX had a pop up, which is probably coinciding.
They just took another one off on profit, by the way.
There we go. There we go. Let's flip back over to Monty to see his current status. So now you have what, one left?
Yep, one left. We're going to move it in profit. So, I mean, could have a bad day. I mean, we can still finish the day red, but I like it better here just to trail it down. We're going to leave it here. Hopefully we can get all the way down. Like I said, we might move that further. You got a lot of cluster right there. So,
and it looks where it bounced on that kind of zone that you just, it's unbelievable. All right, going back to this. Got VIX back over 21, which is an important line, also above its 5-day moving average to keep Monty confident in his trade. Pushing that higher. So to the picks of the week. Dun-dun-dun. You got your banners ready. We're going Seahawks plus 3.5 tonight against the 49ers. Yep. And we've got NCAA pick BYU minus 3.5 at home to Arizona. Those are my 2 picks for the day. So I'm taking the hook on one and giving the hook on the other. So bet the opposite. Currently poor. I was 0-2 last week. This was my picks last week. New England couldn't get a foot down. Lost it in a heartbreaker to the Dolphins. And Arizona just kept kicking field goals and not scoring touchdowns to make the under hit. So Seahawks plus 3.5.
So you're going over and under on both, huh? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I was just doing spreads. Just doing spreads.
I was looking wrong. My bad. Get straight up picks against the spread. Okay. Seahawks plus 3.5. Who's Seahawks playing?
They're at home to the 49ers.
Okay. And BYU's playing
Arizona at home.
Oh, back-to-back weeks. You're
have
Arizona. Looking for Arizona game. Your West Coast guy at heart?
No, I just couldn't have the heart to pick the big games. They're all at like 7. I don't know. I didn't see any that I liked. I like BYU at home. I like BYU in general.
BYU's a good football team.
Yeah, you know who's good is Boise too. I'm enjoying watching Boise.
Boise ruined me when I can't stand this. When Boise had their little run, of course they beat whatever in the BCS that time, and I think it was Oklahoma they beat in the BCS, and everybody's like, "Oh, they could have won a national championship." No, they couldn't. No, those teams can't. I mean, they compete in one-off games like that? Absolutely, but did they get Oklahoma's best shot? Nope.
Yeah, what was that quarterback? Jared Zabransky.
Yeah.
I remember watching that game. I was actually in Orlando. I think it was Orlando. And I had gone to the Arkansas-Wisconsin Capital One Bowl with Darren McFadden and all that. My college roommate is a huge Arkansas fan. So that was my first experience with the old Pig Suey. They lost a heartbreaker. And then it was my first experience since they're playing Wisconsin. Fourth quarter, the whole other side of the stadium started jumping around and jumping. My buddy looked at me and said, "I think they do this often." I think
they brought Camp Randall there, huh? They brought Camp Randall there. They jump around.
They had a good host. But
bowl games are. I love going to bowl games. I've been the Sugar Bowl, a few other bowls, Peach Bowl. But one of the highlights of my football career, whatever it is, going to see things. When I worked at Frito, I actually won a trip to the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
Oh.
And I got to watch when Oregon, with Chip Kelly was still at Oregon, played Kansas State with, what's his name? What was the coach?
Snyder. Snyder?
Yeah, Snyder was the coach. And the difference between coaches, it was just amazing. Right. So Chip Kelly did not want to be there. Told you in his conference he did not want to be there. Did not want to be talking to. He's talking like all Frito-Lay employees, and he's like, "Look, I don't want to be here. I don't want to talk to you. I don't think you'll get anything of this. I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm paid to be here, so I'm here.
Man.
And then Snyder got up, and they had to cut his mic off because he would not stop talking. And I'm talking about was digging into, hey, this is life. This is lessons in life, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. So that's my experience going out and see. I've been to a few other bowl games back in the Liberty Bowl and other teams would play. I like going somewhere where I have no skin in the game. I don't get nervous. I can enjoy myself, have a good time. And
yeah,
of course, if Ole Miss is playing, I get nervous and I might consume one or two because I'm nervous and all that good stuff. But they're fun. Bowl games are exciting. And now you get the playoffs. I'm just hoping if we aren't one of the top 4 teams, I'm hoping we get in the playoffs, get to host a game. I mean, can you imagine the tailgate scene at Oxford if we host a playoff game? It would be phenomenal. I wouldn't know how to handle myself. So once again, we rambled. We rambled on. Look for the Roy Pick of the Week short to come out. Oh,
coming to the West Coast when the FSU comes. I'd like to make a trip out there.
If is it this year, then it's a no.
Yeah, no, I'm not traveling. Not traveling to watch this team, but
you need to see some fight.
Yeah, before I put that much coin into a team, but no, I'm gonna try and get back to my my old self. I used to go to the games a lot. I used to watch the games, and now I got a little boy, so let him experience that as well. It's kind of good. So
we'll get Roy over to Oxford. So one of these days we'll do a collab show together, and then go out and have some fun.
Yeah, look at Roy Easy telling me I got a place to hang out in Cali, so we may do that. We yeah, that's the beauty of sports, beauty of trading, beauty of college football, all of it, right? It's camaraderie.
You see who we added yesterday?
No,
we had it on our schedule for next year. Washington State.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know this. We played Wake Forest. We had a home and home with Wake Forest. And Wake Forest actually canceled next year's game. Their return trip to Oxford. They had to pay a few $1 million to do that, which is, I don't understand. Their alumni base is just extremely upset about it because they were all looking forward. Nobody knows Oxford is, we might not, the saying is we might not win the game, but we never lost a party. So come to Oxford, come to Grove, you see the deal, the pageantry, the chandeliers and a tailgate and the fine china, and it's not my tailgate, other people's tailgates. My tailgate's kind of fun and music playing, but you have some people that go all out like a Southern antebellum home when you walk into their tailgate, and it's really weird kind of.
Wow.
People want to come see it, so it is that. But yeah, we'll get Roy out here. We're gonna watch a game, take him to the local bars, local water spots here. Have a good time. We'll do that soon.
Man. Yeah, man. We'll definitely plan that. And guys, I think we're gonna call it. You guys have a good weekend. Trade safe tomorrow. We will not be streaming tomorrow, but we'll be back Monday. If you don't have to, don't trade tomorrow. Take the day off, enjoy it, relax.
Yep.
Don't put so much pressure on it. If you are trading, scale down. Don't chase all the good stuff.
I'm going to be chasing that little flag you see behind me tomorrow, probably. So,
all right.
Thanks,
guys.
everybody. Appreciate it. Have a good week. We will catch you guys Monday.
All right. Bye, guys.